I'm also maybe if we play my cards right, I'll go to the Steinbeck Museum in Salinas.
Ooh.
Yeah, so a lot of little cool.
You're just gonna maybe just ask real nicely for them to slip you a PDF of that werewolf novel while you're there.
Oh yeah, give me that word. It's like the secret menu at In-N-Out. You just gotta ask, but you have to know the words to say.
You just have to ask the right, docent or whatever.
Yeah.
Use horny werewolves.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of horny monsters.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We've got a big night. We got a big night ahead of us because you two finally saw Sinners, a movie that I saw.
And Wade got to see.
I got all my vampire movies out of the way.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
The vampire. We never think about it anymore.
I had a vampire weekend.
Hey.
My own vampire weekend. Hey.
Yeah.
All right.
We're 40-year-old white boys.
Hey.
Yeah.
All right. Hey.
That brings us back. No. Yeah, we there was a lot of Sinners, man. The only movie that's
Okay, so Wade, what did you think of Sinners though?
Sinners was great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was kind of, I guess, like, okay, so I keyed it as like a movie I wanted to see.
Sure.
'Cause I knew it was about, like, here's my take on it so far 2 days out after seeing it.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew that, like, I knew this movie was for me. I said I wanted to see this real bad. But then it was in the middle of the move, and by then it was like, it's already been talked out. So I was like, I might as well just save the $20 and wait for it to come out.
Right.
And so so I finally saw it when it came to Mags. God fucking damn.
Yeah.
What a movie, man.
I mean, Ryan Coogler has ideas. Like,
Yes. Okay, so finally, and because I've been, I'm friends with this tech guy, and I hang out with him. He's been in China for a month, so I kind of miss my friend. But he's a tech guy, and I guess the thing I enjoy about hanging out with him is he thinks really different than me on a lot of things. And so I feel like, in some ways I got a leg up, in some ways he can get a leg up on me, So he knows a lot more about this town than I do, and I like that. But he isn't of this town,
Sure.
But and I think he likes that I'm not of this town in spirit or literally.
Right.
But
or profession
But I always told him, I was like, I'm a culture guy. Their biggest thing is I'm a culture guy.
Mm-hmm.
I read civilizations by the culture they make. That's what I take in. And so I have much more of an enthusiasm for this. And a movie that is just there's not a ton of just culture movies. It's kind of this vague thing, because movies like to set themselves in these fixed places. Right. And so it's hard to show how culture, it's hard to show the Buddhist culture. Like the temperament through time and like all of this kinds of stuff. It's hard to show Christian culture. And I'm thinking of it in like are you guys familiar with like a Diego Rivera mural?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Where you can see like all the different patches. Yeah. You can see it it's through time, I guess. This movie does that, literally, in one of the most fantastic scenes.
Literally, at one point, that's the point where I don't know if you remember what I said about it when I saw it. I said that it's a really good movie. At its lowest, the stuff I didn't like was like the melodramatic kind of like dialogue that's kind of front loaded. It's mostly that first act. But
to set up the situation.
But then sometimes he gets, but then I said there are some moments that I felt like this was like touching transcendence, and that montage, the sheer inventive.
Oh my God, literally,
the sheer inventiveness of the montage was wholly unexpected. I mean,
at the end with the
Well, it's actually in the direct center of the movie.
Yes, the music,
and it's probably it may be my favorite sequence I've seen in a movie in years. But the preacher boy starts playing, and then Delroy Lindo goes, and he cuts away. And I have a lot to say because I think this is central to the movie. He goes, this wasn't forced on us like that religion. This is ours. Right. And then that's all he says, and then it like cuts, and then the camera literally transcends. I watched it again today, and then you see all of this through time, and you see the guy from like the fucking Parliament Funkadelic. Like I think you see like Eddie Curry. I think he's supposed to be.
Okay.
Oh yeah, he looks like that. Yeah, and you see that hip hop, and you see and the Chinese woman it comes reflected in those sword dancing that they did, because she turned, and you're just like, okay, this is what I'm fucking talking about. And this is what I'm talking about. This
was this spoiled for you, or was this a surprise that you?
No. I watched the non-spoiler review from the Red Letter Media guys, and they talked about this scene, and it did make references. It peered through time, and I did expect. So therefore, I was expecting a, like Alan Moore from Hell, or like. Like I knew it might do something like that.
I went in completely cold, so I felt like I was being.
Oh, really?
I mean, felt like I was.
Entranced. Entranced. Yeah. And it was so amazing. And I was like, okay, so this is like the core of life to me. This is like this is what I live on. This kind of like people having a good time with each other, and so you're just enjoying that, and just through time. And then the vampire, and I guess that you want, probably Ryan Coogler wanted you to think at this point that the movie is about the oppression of black people, and that the vampires are white people analog. Literally white too.
Because it kind of lays that out.
Sets that up. But then the inversion of that, specifically cultivating at the end, where the main vampire says to that boy, the preacher boy, the same thing that Delroy Lindo said. We once had a culture and they took it from us, meaning the Celtic culture, the Irish Celtic culture, and again putting the onus on Christianity. And that's said to Preacher Boy twice. And so then he goes back because he flees he flees. What's good with their vampires? What the fuck? And so he goes back, but that he doesn't, that his father, it's set up for you to think it's a race movie when it's really like kind of a religion movie. And then anti-religion movie. And then it sets it up to where he's going to go back to the faith because he's seen the wages of his sin. But he was like, yeah, there's sin, but you have to give up that too.
Right.
And that's the prison of the movie. It's not that you believe in something. It's that you're taking joy away from other people through this kind of cultural oppression. Right. And so it is about that. And so the boy rejects his father at the end, and does he pay the divine penalty? No, he goes on to become Buddy Guy. I'm sorry, but like that's like the movie, literally. So like that's it's so fucking cool, man. I don't know, that movie is so cool.
The movie had twin endings, which I thought was that it's a weird movie in the sense that so endings are hard. Okay, so if you have one really good ending, a lot of people would stop where you have one really good ending. But to have you've got two really good endings.
See, I watched it and I was like, Ryan, you don't have to make Marvel movies anymore. Why you keep doing these post-credit scenes? How many endings do we need, motherfucker? That's how I felt watching the end of it.
You have Smokes. Smokes.
I thought it was incredibly rewarding to have two endings.
Yeah.
Oh, did you stay till the end of the credits? Because there's an extra one at the end.
I did.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I saw the Buddy Guy scene where Smoke is dressed like Cool Mo D.
Yeah.
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 No, and if you watch to the very end,
I didn't do that.
It's just like it's like a Marvel one-off nothing, but it's like he plays like another riff on the guitar, ding, and then there's there's a post credit scene.
Some more Buddy Guy at the end. I was like, little guy before you go. Well, he's not with us much longer, and he may be. And I was like, him and I would say Taj Mahal are sort of the last of that real rich blues.
Right.
Like we've got the blues now, but I think everybody kind of realizes that. It's living on the legacy, you know. You're not. it's not that cultural vibrancy that it had. Hip hop killed blues. And I mean, that's, and Ryan Coogler's, would say that the spirit just passed through.
Sure, it's a tapestry. It's a tapestry. Yeah.
Yeah. But Buddy Guy is the last of his thread.
Right.
Let's say that.
But like going back to what you were saying thematically, I do think that well, I mean, did you guys read that Washington Post I guess it was an opinion page about it being the title of the article was Sinners is a movie explicitly against white evangelical Christianity. It's a rebuke against it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, we don't really need the white, because at that point it was just a general.
I think you kind of do.
I mean, I guess that Western culture is white.
Yeah, I think you kind of do need the.
It wasn't Coptic Christians, but I mean, it was. I think the Celts were just taken over by the Catholic Church.
Sure, but I think
so it does extend it all the way to Christianity.
Well, the problems that the Native Americans had with the vampires. Those vampires that they had a problem with were white vampires.
Yeah.
And I think that is a part of
that's true. No, I agree with that.
Part of the analog there.
There is a cultural vulture. Yeah, there is a culture vulture element to it.
Right.
But not to play, literally, I guess, playing the devil's advocate here. Like, it is that he, it's like Smoke will be him one day to some other culture, and like, I think that because you get trapped in this, this
not necessarily Smoke.
You can't, your spirit can't die.
No, because
not Smoke. Whatever the one at the end.
No. I don't agree with that, because the problem was you have a belief system that puts its boot on your neck.
Yes.
And then it says you'll be happier because of it.
If you join, yes.
You'll be happy, and that is explicitly, like, people have religion but don't have that.
Yeah.
That is explicitly
that is a thing.
The white colonizer.
And these people, I'm sure Cornbread was a Christian too. It is, but it is still like they conform to the religion, but there's something in them that it's that culture, that pre-Christian culture that doesn't really die.
Well,
and that
there's a rejection of like how like the Smoke is
it's definitely the colonialism of Christianity.
Yes,
that's the cultural colonialism.
Right.
That I definitely
all the way to, like, you can extend the metaphor out to Smokestack's killing of their father, because Christianity, like, it's about killing Christianity is extremely patriarchal. So when you reject your father, you're that's just another layer to it. That I thought that was like really smart, but also
the next time I watch it, I'm gonna pay more attention. Which one is the blue one? The Scully Calf one, Smoke or Stack?
Oh, I can't even remember.
That's
one of the few knocks I had against, like,
shit.
Like, one, they both had like the same confidence, and they both had the same anger.
Yeah.
So like
they did, but there was differences because one of them had a woman.
Well, yeah.
That he was kind of committed to, and the other one.
Okay.
To speak to the twin shit of it all, it didn't actually bother me because
okay, that's good.
Well, because they had different, like, that kind of shit bugs me when they're like, they were different people, and the story fucking realized that. So like that's all I really ask.
Yeah.
Like,
but when you get angry, does it look different than when Lane gets angry?
Yeah.
Okay. See,
I think so, and
that's all I'm asking for the filmmakers too. It's
but I don't know.
I would say they got angry at different things.
Right.
Yeah. That's exactly right. Yeah, they both had their own.
But I would have liked to have seen like maybe a physical tick or something. Like, I would have liked it like a different something to differentiate besides just costume.
Yeah.
And and who they're talking to. And
well, one of them like jumped off there was like whichever Smoke that stays a vampire or whatever, he's the more impetuous one, and
the red hat, yeah. Horn dog, he couldn't stop talking about sex, which was ultimately his undoing.
Yeah, and Stack is like, shit, we got to do this, and the other one's the more responsible, like the less impetuous one, and like, Yeah,
and he was the one that was driving it more by force of will. He's the one that shot the guy who was trying to like pilfer from the back of their truck, and then shot the kid. Right. Where the blue one was the one that was like more servicing the community, getting corn.
The character was on the page, or was that? That's not my. That's not my gripe. Yeah. I'm talking, but from like a.
They weren't just.
I'm talking about from a
storytelling,
from a performance and visual storytelling perspective. It was kind of difficult at times to notice like a difference between them as characters. But yeah, all the stuff on the page was great. That's not what I'm saying. And I'm not even knocking Michael B. Jordan or the direction. It's a very slight. In fact, if he's going to get nominated, how does he get nominated?
I guess probably for both.
How? I think is he going to get lead? Is he going to be the lead actor nomination for 2 roles? Like
they'll do what they did to Jeremy Irons for Dead Ringers. I think he got nominated for both. It just said for this/that.
Did it really?
I don't think did he win? He may have won.
I gotta look this up. This is a great. I love that there's a precedent for it though. That makes me feel like that he has a real shot.
It gives you something to look for. No, he won the Oscar for Reversal of Fortune. God damn it! So it may not answer our question.
Okay, so Dead Ringers.
That's not Dead Ringers.
Let's see.
He was not nominated. Wait, Best Actor. No, he was nominated. Let's look at this. No, for the Saturn Award. So we can look at another.
Yeah, but I don't know if the Saturn Awards follows the precedent of the.
I know. I had to. I got excited and I said, "Ooh, there's the movie I'm looking for." Let's look at this.
I don't know if Cronenberg wasn't getting nominated back.
No, I think he was nominated. I'm just trying to figure out the year.
He wasn't nominated for an Oscar. It doesn't, according to IMDb.
No. He won the Oscar like the next year.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But I'm going to look for a place that gives awards. He was the winner of the 1989 Chicago Film Circle Award for it just says Dead Ringers. It doesn't say.
Yeah,
it's an issue though, isn't it? Like I think that this is.
Well, I think you just split them. I think it's probably. There ain't no rules anymore, man.
They're not gonna say you get you're gonna win an Oscar for Smoke, but not Stack or whatever.
Yeah.
Like they'll just
there's no rules anymore. So
I think he should maybe he should be nominated twice. One for lead for Smoke, and then best supporting actor for Stack. And I like
Stack. He is a lot of the movie. He is. Michael B. Jordan did good by meeting Ryan Coogler, man.
Yeah,
and vice versa. But because this is their 4th fit. Well, I don't know how many Creed movies did Coogler actually direct? 2.
I think he did.
Or did he direct
4.
all 3?
I think he did 2 of them. Yeah. So this is his 4th movie with B. Jordan.
Okay.
I think that
5th.
Oh, Fruitvale Station.
Fruitvale Station.
Yeah, you're right, man.
Yeah. So It's so just super love the movie. And
did he have a co-writer with this, or was this all Coogler at the keyboard? Because I don't know.
Let me see here. It says just written by him.
This is Coogler by himself?
Written, directed. It was produced by his wife and him and some guy named Sev Ohania, who probably did all the grunt work.
I would say that this is probably a Best Original Screenplay nomination too, right? I mean, Delroy Lindo.
This is the only. I think this is the best picture with best odds on right now at this point in the year. The odds on favorite for best picture.
But Delroy Lindo.
It was because it was also good at the Delroy Lindo should win too.
It did great at the box office. It was a big
and
hit.
It did great at the box office. So it's a big giant.
Yeah,
Delroy's got to get nominated because he was fantastic. I mean, every time he was on screen and they gave him room,
he was pretty good. Yeah.
He was so good.
Yeah, I agree. I just love that Celtic dance, like the Irish jig.
They'll be doing that on the Oscar stage.
With the just how all that they'll do. They probably will do some sort of song montage where it will be both of those, like where the preacher boy actor. I don't know if he really sung it or not. Do we know if he really sung that? I don't know.
No idea. Yeah.
So because Damn, that was a good sort of. And I know that the guy who did all the music for that sequence is our boy Ludwig Göransson. The guy the white guy who does all the things for Ryan Coogler.
Does everything now, yeah.
And Childish Gambino. He's the producer and musical partner of Childish Gambino.
Yes, that's right.
So Ludwig Göransson, and he did the loudest soundtrack in a movie ever. He did the soundtrack to Tenet.
Oh man!
Which is considerably louder than the dialogue in that whole movie.
We are we're trawling for big fish now, boys. Tenet.
Yeah, and I gotta tell you, I did not expect for around the time that Christopher Nolan's going to release his ancient Greece epic. I'm also in an ancient history's nut job period, so like I'm quite I'm not excited for that movie because Nolan's kind of like. He's like one bad way from tipping into like I kind of hate him.
Sure,
I'm a negative Nancy on him.
Yeah.
So and he's good. I'm not arguing that he's not good. He's good. I guess I'm just living in an era with Ryan Coogler and Paul Thomas Anderson and Yorgos Lanthimos and all these people, and I get that he's good. He's Spielberg, fine, whatever. I never loved Spielberg either, but like there's this film bros dick suck about it Nolan that I hate.
I think I feel like he's over. I think he's overrated. I think I'm
not in pure Brad Bird territory though. Throw that guy in the fire. I don't give a shit.
I think he's slick, but I think he's dumb, and part of what works is
it's faux intellectual.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and yeah.
You think he's like the Ashton Kutcher of filmmakers? That's kind of like you think he's putting on the Steve Jobs glasses and turtleneck?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I think that he a little bit. I think that he's a little bit of an actual Steve Jobs, a little bit of a flim flam man mixed with a guy who's kind of had a charmed life.
He's a capable craftsman, but I'm not.
Yeah. I'm not.
He's a capable craftsman, but he's a British public school guy who thinks he's
not Harmy Korine, where you're like, is this guy just trash or Kevin Smith?
Yeah.
There's a time where you look back on Kevin Smith and you go like, okay, there was nothing there.
It might just be that I'm not interested in the kinds of stories that he's interested in.
Tenet, you've talked about Tenet more than any other movie I've known in the last 10 years.
That's true. That's true.
Right.
But Tenet was so ostentatiously bad. Like I'm in awe of it. I'm in awe of it.
It takes such a amount of ego and confidence to make that movie, and to be that pissy about it at such a weird time to be pissy about
in human
something.
history. Yes,
yeah, and it was so delightful. It's what I was trying to say. My dad is like, I watch weirdos on YouTube, and I hate them, but I can't get enough of them. And he's like, why do you watch these videos if you hate these people? And I'm like, I'm interested in them. I'm watching them from a psychological perspective. Right. And the times he veers into that for me, where I'll always click on it. I'll read what Chris is up to. But he's got my namesake, and he's out there spelling it wrong.
Yes, that's right.
But but no, he he's always there. You can't. What are you going to do? Not think about him? Like when he releases a big fucking movie that's all anybody talks about for a year. And you got another one coming up. He's got one of my favorite actors, I guess, Matt Damon, in a movie about the Odyssey. Of course I'm going to the theater to watch that shit.
Yeah, me too.
I'm going to see it in IMAX, and I'm going to find at least 5 things to bitch about. You just know it.
Sure.
Is it going to be 4 hours long?
Probably.
Because I remember being physically uncomfortable for Oppenheimer. Like, I was like, these seats are not comfortable enough.
Yeah. My favorite thing I came from Oppenheimer was us sitting there, and when he didn't, the big thing is he didn't show the Trinity explosion. He built it all up and showed everything else, and they go, pussy. He was afraid of getting shown up by David Lynch from Twin Peaks season 3, right. And I
didn't even watch Oppenheimer. I've seen Twin Peaks: The Return. I don't want to watch it.
Oh, have you seen Oppenheimer? You haven't seen it?
I haven't.
Shit.
No, don't ruin it for me. Don't tell me what happens.
It turns out the military-industrial complex can't be reasoned with.
Oh no.
It's not the. It's one of his better movies.
Yeah,
damn it. It didn't deserve the Oscar.
No.
But I put it up there with.
I'm not against seeing it. I just it's 3 hours long, right? And
I was for it. It's long.
Actually, I don't. I guess I saw after seeing it. I don't quite understand what was so good about it, because
his performance.
Really,
that guy can act. Not Robert Downey Jr.
I actually like the Downey Jr. But really.
Oh, I think he was. What's his name? Lionel Barrymore from. It's a Wonderful Life, like Mr. Potter. I feel like he was doing an impersonation of that guy.
That's so funny. That's actually pretty apt.
I really liked. I think he probably does. I thought, what's his name? Cillian Murphy. I think he probably deserved them. I think he deserved. I don't know.
I'm not knocking his performance, but there's nothing about the character itself. Like I said, there's nothing on the page that makes me feel
you're stuck with him. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're stuck with Nolan writing. Nothing if fucking Tarantino wrote one of his movies. I think that he just did that, so he might do it again. He got hard. I think he's got the yips on directing, and I don't know why. Tarantino, but he's writing a screenplay for another writer, another director. But that director is David Fincher, so he would write a Nolan movie.
Well, because he's got some weird OCD obsession with only doing his 10 movies, so he can't have it be his final one. So he's
clearly ate up with he's like I said, no autist will ever grow up to direct a movie, my ass.
Yeah, right.
But it's I do think it's in his head. Something's in his head about directing, but he's always been a natural born writer, so it's always been sort of his thing. So I think that's his comfort place, which is why
cocaine's a hell of a drug.
But yeah. I love that. There's three great creators who will be talked about for 100 years. Fiona Apple. Paul Thomas Anderson and Quentin Tarantino had that cocaine story where she quit cocaine she hung out with Quentin Tarantino and Paul Thomas Anderson for 4 hours watching movies and quit cocaine hard turkey. She's like, I never want to be like that again.
That's too funny.
So So and
I didn't have time for Oppenheimer. I had to watch 3-hour vampire movies.
But I am going to tie the Sinners into my reading of The Republic. James, let's put our sophisticated hats on, boys. We're going to talk Plato's Republic here for a second. I fucking hate Plato. I fucking hate him. I don't think I realized. I read The Death of Socrates and I thought, okay, I got this guy's job. He's going to say a bunch of smart stuff and pretend like his old professor said it. But I'm getting in Republic and I'm like, am I supposed to take this shit seriously or what? And I do, I guess that I find it galling. He wasn't born in a Christian world. To be this fucking Christian should be a crime.
Well, is it that he's that way? I haven't read The Republic or any of the shit, but all the early Christian writers were just jacking off to Plato, so they changed the whole thing to be Platonic.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. I think I'm gonna find if I didn't find Christianity's true father, I may have found his mentor.
Right.
Yeah, I fucking hate Plato, but I'm not he's not I don't want to paint him as this church, church lady kind of philosopher. But I don't think I realized I was expected to just disagree with so much from some, and he puts it all out, and it is kind of interesting because he's they're all dialogue, so it's him pontificating to some other asshole, and this other asshole kind of like, are you really believe that? You know, there's a lot of kind of common sense there that he puts himself up against. So he's giving himself a Q&A.
Yeah.
But it is like, I just find I'm like constantly like just disagreeing with this guy. Like I was like, come on, this is, and some of it's just defect, but like, you know, some like the theory of forms, the eternality of the soul. Like there's all this stuff. It's like every page you're getting something. And he says in book 3 that actors, and this is true. Like, I mean, not this is true, but this is what he says. It's not like a misreading. He believes that actors become a little evil the more they pretend like it. He's for this strange kind of social control where hard truths are hid from the populace so they don't, like, it's everything I hate.
Right.
And there is a philosopher.
I don't know. Well, I think actors are probably a little bit evil, right?
Most of them more compared to what? Other people? No, everybody. Like,
yeah, they're so self-involved and like got their heads up there.
Yeah, compared to what?
Right.
Other people? Like,
I don't know, man. I had a photographer say to me one time, you know what? There's nothing worse than an actress.
Yeah, because he works in their line of field. I bet if he was giving out like CD I don't know. I bet if they worked in Wall Street, they'd think those assholes. They're all, you know, everybody's full of hungry assholes trying to make a
Wall
buck.
Street's full of assholes. I didn't say anybody was worse. I just said actors.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Are
But there's a counter to this in Greek philosophy, and it's Epicurious, who's like against all this shit.
Yeah.
And I think that Epicurious would really like sinners. That's what I think.
What got you started on this, John?
Just ancient history. It's time that I got into some of this shit and read a lot of this stuff. Like, but a lot of it is just trying to figure out like where did the bad stuff start? What is endemic to humanity?
Yeah.
What are like we're always
that is the most interesting question.
Like spurned assholes are always going to kill, you know, you're going to be a number of guys who just kill girls or guys that get so horny that they kill a girl.
Jesus.
Like that's just, I
that
think
came out of nowhere. That's your first example?
Well, I'm just saying that there's crimes there's crimes
Right.
of humanity that are kind of endemic. I think gambling is endemic. I think prostitution is endemic. I think all of these kinds of like, you know, there's a lot of things that are just kind of, everybody's going to find a way to, any system that you put forth in society, there's going to be a good chunk of population that's going to try and manipulate it. It's human brains kind of all fit in a system that like, you know, large group systems kind of form. Like people, what is it called that kids have where they just say no to their parents all the time?
Oppositional.
Oh yeah.
Oppositional defiant
disorder. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like I have that.
There's a cultural.
Well, I don't, but I feel like one of my kids does. I don't like you, Dad. I only like Mom.
That's also being a kid, though. Like, it's hard to...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but I guess that's what I mean. It's in the soup. It's in the human soup. But some of like, school shootings aren't.
Right.
Like,
right.
In hospitality, oddly, is not endemic. That is forced on us by certain social constructions, by people manipulating social constructions. Like this
this exercise is just like going to help you a way to see forward, I think. Like that's what you're getting at.
Yeah, and I don't want to, because left-wing people can get especially young ones can get this kind of idyllic idea about what we can do to fix the social problems. And 100%, we can fix healthcare. We can fix wealth inequality. We can fix poverty. These things can work, especially with the amount of money that we're fucking making. But we can't fix, like, there's a lot of gender politics that humanity just can't work around. I'm not damning this to it. Like, it just seems like that's going to be a friction that's kind of maybe like other apes deal with it. So, like, you see all this kind of gender friction in apes. You see gender friction in other higher brained animals, whales and stuff. So, like, I do think there is something about that may be overcomable. We can make it more equitable. We can make it to where it's not just fucking sheer patriarchy. But I do think, like, gear up for slow results in these kinds of pursuits. But
it's a long running problem. It's going to take a lot of work.
Yeah. This is not Rome wasn't built in a day. Whatever euphemism you say before you don't think someone's going to do a good job at fixing this problem. But there's certain things that are just like, it also clarifies that we are probably careening to some sort of shift in what it means to be an American and live in this era.
Oh, yeah.
And that happens a lot. That happened like a million times at Egypt.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, that happened a lot.
Yes. It's happened to Russia, like, in our lifetime.
Yeah.
Yes.
Twice in the last 100 years. Yeah. China has went through quite a bit. So, like, I do think that those kinds of things will happen. And so, like, there's certain, I don't know, I feel like in some ways it's calmed me.
Right.
It's given me some kind of perspective, but it's also clarified the things that I think are evil and changeable and not endemic to humanity, are inhuman. And then that kind of makes me more mad about it. But one of the things that I think is human, the most human, is that goddamn blues song in The Sinners. I think that the problem I have with the Christian mindset as it's kind of metastasized in the world, and I would Abrahamic, I give them all, put them all in that bag, the Abrahamic religions. I think my main problem with them is that they look at that part of their human society, and it's always been there. That fucking jute joint has always been a part of it. They had them in Sumer. They had them in Egypt. They had them in Greece. They had them in England. Yeah. They had them everywhere. These places where people are going to take drugs and have a good time.
They'll be there long after we're gone, too. I mean, it's like...
Yes, and to look at that and look at that as the evil of the world is kind of endemic to Abrahamic religions. Now, there are aestheticists, like people who kind of don't want to seek pleasure, people who, for whatever reason, are comfortable living a rigid lifestyle. Their brain works best that way. But, there's room for that in society. It's the fucking trying to stamp it out. It's the
boots on the neck. That's what I don't like.
Yes. I want the diversity of people. I don't think everybody needs to be doing drugs and whatever. I just think that is a vital part. And it shows it in the movie. The whole part of him going to all of these different stations, the Chinese grocery store vendor, cornbread, getting Delroy Lindo, is to show that these like functions of community and that there's all different kinds of people, but that this is a relief from work. That's what Preacher Boy says to his dad. I've been working all week.
Right.
And I want to have a good time, which is mirrored in what he said.
No, it was tied to labor. Yeah, that was what...
Yes. That was... It's a release from the life sucks. You need a mojo bag, but you also need a fucking jute joint, and that's what he says. And so all of these people, and he says that at the end, before the killing, that was the best night of my life.
Right.
Yeah. And so
and the guy, and even hey, you want to live forever? I can do that for you. Like, nah, man, I think I've had enough.
Yeah. And so that leads me to Epicurious. Epicurious believed that unlike the aesthetic, where pain avoidance in life is, or pain, pain. I don't want to do things because it will cause me to die earlier. It'll somehow stain me or cause me. He said, pursue pleasures. But it's a mathematical equation. All these guys were math nerds. It's a mathematical equation. The pursuit of pleasure. If you get out and if you get a heroin addiction, if you go out and take a lot of heroin because it's pleasurable, you're also going to get a heroin addiction, which means you're going to be a homeless dick sucker. Is that what you want? That's not the pleasurable life you want.
Right.
So it's a balance to get this not to use the appropriate amount of heroin, but to pursue the appropriate amount of pleasure within, to the point where it doesn't bring you pain. Alcoholics are enslaved by this. So the temperance of that drive in them will only bring them pleasure over the long mathematical equation. So he came to this, what he called the 4-point cure. Don't fear God. Don't fear death. Pleasure is easy to find and pain is easy to endure. And I guess it was like this sort of like a mindset.
That's kind of that's a baller. That's actually like I'm going down to the Holiday Inn. I'm gonna find whatever weekend seminar he's got. Yeah, I'm gonna like he's got his easel out and he's got his whiteboard out. Yeah, I'm going to this guy's lecture.
So this place took over. He was the big poet, or he was the big philosopher. He lived a generation after Pluto, so he was kind of like there was Aristotle, and then there was Epicurus. There was Plato, Aristotle, and then after him Epicurus. He was just as big, and he was specifically big when the Romans took over. They took that shit because they had that Dionysus Society shit.
Yes.
And so they really Romans really had a good time.
Famously.
Yeah. I know we all know that. Famously. So they really knew how to have a good time. So Epicurus was there. There were lots of communes. And then the church, just when Roman, that was over, when the Roman church took over.
Oh, yeah.
So he was like a 4th or 5th century version of Karl Marx, which Karl Marx noticed. Karl Marx wrote his thesis on Epicurus.
Yeah, game recognizes game type situation.
Yeah. So there was a real effort to kind of stomp it out after Christianity. And in fact, he's in Dante's 7 Circles of Hell. Or whatever. He's mentioned in the Inferno as being tortured forever in hell. So, for refusing the eternity of the soul.
Wow.
Yeah, which was a big thing of Plato's, I guess. So, there you go. He's the anti-Plato. And also, Aristotle looked down on a lot of this shit, too. So, I'm done. I'm bailing on Republic. I will finish. I'm listening to an audiobook series on it, where there's like interviews and shit.
Yeah.
And I'll finish that without reading it. But I'm done. But I might read Epicurus. Not much of his stuff survived.
Right. Yeah.
Mostly because his big library was in Pompeii. His followers kept most of his scrolls in Pompeii, so there's a lot that was lost, literally, like tragically. But then the church learned a bunch of shit too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm sure it's in that not Borges. I bet it's mentioned in Name of the Rose. These suppressed texts that the church suppressed.
Oh yeah.
Gnostic. Yeah, like along with the Gnostic Bible and stuff like that. Egyptian Christianity. That's another thing that's just wiped off. That there was a pre-Catholic church nation state of Christians, and it was Egypt for like 200 years. They became Christian before Rome did, but it was a different kind of Christianity.
Right.
The Romans really dictated what became Christianity.
Yeah, it didn't make it past the Council of Nicaea. Or whatever.
Nicaea, yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't want it to lead me back into like reading about all this Bible shit, but it may. I think that's what I'm sniffing around is what is my full critique of Christianity other than like I just hated growing up around it? Do I have like a general critique of it? And I think I may, but I'm waiting. I'm reading for my final verdict on Christianity.
Sure.
It's like 12 angry men, and you're all 12 of them.
Yeah.
In the room with
I'm
yourself.
12, I'm all of them. I'm Jack Klugman trying to argue with Lee Cobb. I hate these fucking people. They're fucking killjoys and fucking they hate judgmental assholes.
It's hot
Come
here.
on,
I'm
man.
with you.
There's a mystery
I'm with
to
you. I'm with you. Pain is easy to endure.
Ed Begley Jr.'s dad.
Yeah. Ed Begley. Yes.
I don't have to say Ed Begley Jr.'s dad.
You don't have to do that. No.
Yeah. So yes. 12 Angry Men. I should watch that.
I'm surprised no band in like the 90s named themselves Ed Begley III, because that would have been a really good name for a band, I think.
The lead singer of Presidents of the United States of America, after he moved out of the country and grew himself some peaches, he formed a second band in 2003 called Ed Begley. No, I'm just kidding. I'm painting a flight of fancy.